hello, and welcome to Book Talk with Tittles. Hey guys, how are you this Sunday morning? I want to do some fall book recommendations for you guys. I have been thinking about some books, and some of these I have read, some of them I have not thoroughly read. There is one book I do not have here, but it's a book I do recommend, and that is The Cabin by Natasha Peterson. The book was phenomenal, amazing. Natasha is a very good writer. So the first one we're going to talk about is by Alan Atkins, and it's A Life We Bury. I figured fall recommendations as well. It's not winter recommendation too, but it's something I would read. And the reason I say fall recommendation is because it is a little bit. Alright, this next book is by Sarah Gray Borden. It's The House of Gucci. I read this book. It is now a motion picture, and I want to go see if I can't find this and watch the movie because I haven't seen the movie, but I have read the book. The book was phenomenal. It had me on the edge of my seat. OMG, so good. I believe I rated that book a 4 or 5 stars. This next book I rated a 5 stars, and it's by Genevieve Rose. And okay, I have some stuff in here. The Perfect Marriage. Now I do want to get the book The Perfect Divorce. I read this book. Yes, I still have a bookmarker in here. I didn't take my bookmarker out, but I read this book, and it was amazing. I loved it. The plot was good. Everything was good about this book. But in this book, it doesn't happen in my marriage. Never will, I hope. I will admit my husband and I got into a big argument yesterday. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll see my new little end table. He paid too much for it. It wasn't worth it, and I don't think he should have bought it. But unfortunately he did, and where he wanted to put it, I got pissed off and mad, and then my stepdaughter said some harshful things about me. But who cares? It didn't bother me. I did not fight back. I just did in one ear and out the other and ignored it. But it was okay. Now the next book is by Sarah Descent. And this book is a very good book as well. Just Listen by Sarah Descent. I'm trying to collect every book of Sarah Descent's book. Long time ago, when my oldest son lived here and we started going to the library a lot, instead of staying home, we go to the library a lot. And I was reading and checking out books. And I checked out a Sarah Descent book. And it was so good, that book. And I was like, I like this author. I want to read more. So I started checking out books of hers. And now, when I find them, I usually buy them. The next one, you cannot have a fall book without this movie producer and author of books, best-selling books. You guessed it, if you said Stephen King. Christine. This was just on right now. Stephen King Cujo's on. And this was just on before Cujo. Cujo's another good book and another good movie to watch. But for 99 cents at a thrift shop for this book, you cannot go wrong. And I love Stephen King, and it's a #1 bestseller. The next one is by Luna Lipman, and it's Lady in the Lake. Now this is on my shelf behind me to read. I don't know anything about this book. I have not read this book yet, but it is on my TBR to read next year. the shelf behind me, I'll be picking a book from there, a book from my TBR cart, a book from my mystery bookshelf, and the shelf behind my office door. So, but if you read any of these books, comment and let me know that you read it. This next one is by Alyssa Cole. She is a good author, and she wrote the book When No One Is Watching. I've heard so many good reviews and so many good things about this book. So I can't wait to read half of these books. I really cannot wait to read. So when I do start reading from this shelf, I will start at the very beginning and get through the book. Once I want to get a shelf built, so once I read the book, then I can put the book up. The next one is by Ali Hazelwood. It is my favoriteest book that she has ever written. I gave this book 5 stars right off the bat. Same with the Stephen King book. He gets 5 stars. When I saw so many people talk about this book, I had to get it. I had to read it. I had my husband buy it. Read the book. When I got home, I read the book. And just in one day, I got all the way to chapter 30. In one day. Finished the book in 2 days. After that, I finished the book the next day. And that is Bride. Talking about werewolves and vampires. She's a vampire. He's a werewolf. They fall in love. Huh. And then, you know what I'm thinking? Not to be, like, dirty-minded. Get a werewolf and a vampire. And they go, cooch, 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 cooch. What are the babies going to look like? Have vampire and werewolf mix together? That the baby will be part vampire and part werewolf? What is it going to turn into at midnight? A vampire or a werewolf? The next one is by Scarlett Clare, A Touch of Menace. I have not read this book, but I've heard so many good things about this book. And I've been seeing a lot of people hauling this book, so it must be good. Something I cannot wait to read. No, we can't go on a fall read without this author. And any of her books are good reads. But the movie's coming out the 18th of December. I think it's the 18th of December. And my friends and I, we're going to go see it on the 20th. I want to go see it on the 20th, which is a Saturday. From behind closed doors, she sees everything. And that is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I'm going to go see the movie. Can't wait to go see that movie. Even if my friends don't want to go, I'll get my husband to take me to go see it. Then we got by Blake Pierce, and that is Homecoming. I've read this book, and tell you honestly, God truth, it's not bad, but it's not 100% awesome unless, you know, it's a thriller mystery. You have to read it to find out, but I will say I would do recommend it, or it wouldn't be in this video. Last but least, alright, we gotta talk about Riley Sager. You heard me, Riley Sager. Riley Sager, The House Across the Lake. I was reading this while I was in dialysis, and the first day that I started reading it, I will admit, I got to chapter 10. The next time I had dialysis, I really didn't want to feel like reading. I wanted to sleep. Then again, here we go. The third day I started reading this book, and I got to chapter 30. And I read the first 2 pages in chapter 30, I had to put the book down because it was time for me to go home. When I got home, I did not read the book at all. The rest of Friday, I started picking it back up that Sunday, and come that Wednesday, I had the book done. So, these are my fall book recs. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, give it a thumbs up. And guys, if you got any good books, comment in the description box and let us know. Till next time.